All right, so I thought I'd do an update on the Chevelle engine noise. A week ago I posted, hey, help me determine where this noise is coming from.
What the hell is that?
And you guys all had great suggestions, kind of thought about each and every one of them. But basically I want to give you a little more info, and pretty much I think it's a rod bearing or a bent rod, or it's probably a rod bearing. So the biggest thing is I took the oil filter off and I cut it open, and there's bearing material in the filter. So that's a telltale sign of a bearing. It's knocking over here. It's got to be that, right? So I'll show you that filter in a second here, but basically some other things I've tried. I removed the valve covers. The rockers were all fine. They were moving all fine. I ran it with the valve covers off. I swapped coils, I swapped injectors, put a new spark plug in just to see if the problem would follow for whatever reason. But no, it's definitely on cylinder number 1. And if I disconnect the coil on number 1, the problem goes away. So it's definitely cylinder number 1 that's making all the racket there. And I mean, I knew right off the bat that the motor will have to come out, but I just thought it'd be fun to help me diagnose as much as possible before I take it all apart. But anyway, I'm not running it anymore, and it's up on blocks. I got the hood off, and I'm going to start disassembling this little by little. Let me know if you want to see some time lapse on it, but basically I got all these videos building it on the channel, so I don't know if you guys would be interested in that or not. But anyway, that's kind of unplanned project for the winter, so I really didn't want to do that. But anyway, it's coming out. We'll fix it back to normal. I'll post a video on what I find and what the plan is. I mean, I'm just going to rebuild it to whatever is needed to get it back to this point, and we'll run it next spring. No big deal, right? It's not going to be that expensive because these things are a dime a dozen, and there's nothing really expensive what I put in here. So assuming the whole thing ain't blown up, right? But anyway, that's that. Let's take a look at the filter and so forth. All right, so I cut the filter open. Here it is. And you can just see chunks. Not chunks, but glitter. So like right here. There's a little piece right on the razor blade. I didn't feel like taking this all apart, squeezing it out in the vise to get a clear picture. I mean, I can see it's knocking and there's stuff in the filter. I mean, no point of going crazy with this, but yeah, there's a couple little pieces here. So I'll snap some pictures, I'll put in the video, but basically it's done, man. I'm not gonna run it no more, obviously. I'll probably have to push it in position to pull the motor, but yeah, the motor's gonna come out in November. All right, so you saw the filter, all that bearing material in there. It's non-magnetic or mildly magnetic, so it's gotta be bearing material. And that's that. So the motor's coming out, and I'll keep you posted.